Hello there, and welcome to the Pokemon-themed episode of Spinous Special, a show where we talk about whatever I want to talk about. And today, I want to talk about Pokemon. So we're going to talk about Pokemon. No matter where you are, you most likely have seen a lot of Pokemon in your time. Whether it's people wearing it on shirts, people playing the games, the show, it's everywhere. People love Pokemon. It's got the perfect fan base in that it gets people that played the original games that still play the games until now. It just gets every single generation. Every generation loves it. Every generation is like, oh my goodness, this is actually really fun. So when it comes to like Pokemon, X and Y, that was just such a big boom because all of a sudden you just felt like a kid again. You really did. And I loved everything about it. And X and Y was a great addition to the franchise because it added more little technical details that I love in that stuff. Like, that the game didn't need to have it all, but they had it. For example, you can get haircuts in X and Y. You can change your outfit. You can do anything that you want to in that game. There's so much you can do. And that's just how it is with every single new Pokemon game. And also, if you know me or have been on the internet lately, you probably know that they announced Pokemon Sun and Moon that are coming out winter. We don't know anything about them other than some concept art that they showed, which showed like a fire truck with like a Blastoise in the back. Pretty cool, but what is the purpose of that? I don't know. Will there be vehicles in this one? I mean, there was vehicles in the concept art that they chose to show us in the trailer, so we can only assume. But I know that they want to make this, like, big. Like, they want this game to be the big game. This is going to be the Pokemon game to remember. And why do I think that? Because they keep hammering it in that they really want to celebrate for 20 years. 20 years has passed since the first games, and they've continually evolved it. So I've been thinking a lot, what is the next evolutionary step for Pokemon? Where can they go from here? Now, this is like not really informed or really have a purpose, but these are my thoughts on what I would like the new Pokemon games, Sun and Moon, to have. So basically, I'd like to see the customization features return, obviously. If they don't, who really cares? Like, I'm sure I'll be like a little bit like, oh man, but they didn't need to be there in the first place. There's one thing I've learned from playing Pokemon Red lately, because they re-released the original games so that you can play them again, or play them for the first time if you're like me, and actually really enjoy them. And there's a lot of enjoyable qualities about it. Now, with Pokemon games, they always test out new features, so clothing might not come back. Who knows? Like, in Black and White, they tested out seasons in addition to time. I don't really like the time aspect of Pokemon. I don't really like the time because I don't know. This is gonna be the cheesiest thing you could possibly say. It ruins my immersion, man. I don't feel immersed when I'm playing as a character, as a child who's running around capturing Pokemon in the middle of the night and everything's dark. I just think that that's silly. And if I can only sit down and play the game at night, then I'm like, well, I can only play it at night, so it's always going to be nighttime. Every time that I adventure, everything that I do is at night, and I don't like that. It was simpler, a little bit, back in the olden days of even the DS, where you could just set back the clock on the DS and be like, okay, it's daytime now, so I can play and have it be bright and daytime like it should be. But no, what happens is, as technology progressed. The 3DS screws everything up if you change the time. Because they have a bunch of games that are like, you screwed with the time. As such, you cannot do anything. And it's just really, that messes with me. Because it's like, I want to cheat the time, and I want to change the time. Because I like to look at it when it's daytime. I know that's like a really, really dumb argument. It's like, it's just a tiny detail, and you can get some special Pokemon at night. So, it's cool, but at the same time, it's just a feature that I don't really particularly care for. And when it comes to playing Pokemon Red, that's one of my favorite things about it, is that I can take as long as I want, just to grind and do whatever. I'm being very formulaic this time around. I'm making sure that, like, I'm actually leveling my party evenly. This is like a new test that I'm doing. So basically, I got a party. I like to catch like a couple Pokemon in the first zone, so that when you go up to like those first battles, because a lot of the time the first battles you do in a Pokemon game are going to be hard. So I like to train up like 2 of the Pokemon that you just find on the route, because actually those early route Pokemon can become really good fighters. So I like to train them. So I got all of my party up to level 10 before I took on the first gym, and it worked out really well. But basically, I'm just leveling. I basically just use one Pokemon, level it up, switch to the next one, level it up, switch to the next one, level it up, and I'm just kind of reversing. I'm just going through like that, getting all of the XP that I can, and just switching through and making sure that every single one is the best level that it can be, and it's good, and I love that. But you're probably thinking, you off-railed yourself, because now you are way off topic of what you said that you were going to talk about. Which is right, I did, because this show used to be called Ryan Rambles, because I ramble a lot. But what I want to see is, I want to see the sword mechanic return from Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, because the sword mechanic, in case you don't know, lets you, it was basically the same as Fly. It could literally be Fly, except they would have to make models for all of the Pokemon that you fly on top of, and it would be difficult, I know. But it's like Fly, but you can actually fly around the region, and you can actually go where you want to and see the entire map, and it's rendered in 3D, and it's cool. I want to see that come back. If it doesn't, oh well, who cares? But other things, I feel like there's going to be more balancing things, because like there might be some more changes to the overall gameplay, because they've said that these new digital versions, some way, shape, or form, you'll be able to take Pokemon from Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow on the digital versions and send them to Pokemon Sun and Moon. You can't do that with these ones because it doesn't work, because the Pokemon have been changed and all that. They changed the way that Pokemon work. They were really simplified. So what if they are going to change back Pokemon to be more simplified in this one? What if they're going to try and simplify things like they were in the first one? Or try and find like a middle ground of how simplified they were and how they are now. But then you would alienate some of the audience, and then people would get angry and be like, oh, no EVs and IVs. Oh, that's my favorite part of the game. I never really understood that argument. Probably because I just don't even care about them, because I'm just a normal guy. And I don't care about competitive battling and all that. But, hey, it's cool. Oh yeah, I want to see Wonder Trading come back. Love Wonder Trading. I love it. Need it. Because it's like trading, but you trade with anyone at random, and you just get a random Pokemon for a random Pokemon. That's all it is. Random for random. Someone else that's trading, random for random. Random for random. So you could give out a Bidoof, and someone else could be trading a Dialga, and then you'll just get a Dialga for a Bidoof. And they'll be like, oh, I got ripped off! And then you'll be like, yes, I've won at life. And that's how it works. But that's one of the features that I really want to see come back. More features. I don't know. Specifically, there's not too much. More 3D towns like the one in Pokemon Black and White, because that town was amazing. I love Black and White. I never finished Black and White 2, actually. I had White 2. I never finished it because, I don't know, I just got bored of it. And then I traded it, so I don't have it anymore. I could get it again, and I probably should, because I really like the movie aspect. I love making the movies, but I just wasn't interested in it, and I just didn't get very far after the initial. I probably got like 4 or 5 badges in, which is not very far, but I don't know why. I just got uninterested in it, and I never played it, and it was weird. So I'm happy that now. I'm happy that they released these new versions. I really am, because when it comes to Pokemon, this is how it is. For me, and probably for a lot of people. It's something that you just get a desire to play. And you get a desire to play it, and then you just play through an entire game, and then it's filled. But this year, they've been hammering in so much, like 20 years of Pokemon, 20 years of Pokemon, 20 years of Pokemon, 20 years of Pokemon, new games coming later this year. Inside, you're like, but I want to play a Pokemon game. I want to play a Pokemon game again. I need to play more Pokemon. I'm so weird. But I want to play a Pokemon game. So then you go out and you pay $10 to get these new Pokemon games. Which, that's another thing. People say that it's too much. $10 for these digital versions. Do I think that that's too much for a 20-year-old game? No. Because, one, that's a fourth of what a normal new Pokemon game costs. And two, that is, they added stuff to it. So, it's silly to say that, oh, it's a 20-year-old game because, well, I mean, they did add the fact that you can actually trade into it. You can trade, and it will work with Sun and Moon. It's so cool. I love it. I love that you can trade if you find someone else with the game. That's such a cool addition, and it makes the game really actually work. You know, and you can actually kind of use it in the way that they intended you to use it back in the day when they came out with it. So that's what makes me happy about it. I just really like it. I love Pokemon. I really do. It's something that I can never get tired of. And you just play a Pokemon game, and then you're good, and then later on you'll just find another one, and you'll be like, oh, hey, more Pokemon. And then you'll play that one too. And there's so many good games. Like, there's Pokemon Tournament. I wonder how that's going to be, or how that's going to play. I think it's going to be good. I don't know how it's going to play, though. But, man, it looks good. There's going to be Pokemon Go, which looks really good. In case you... I mean, it looks good, but at the same time, I think people are going to get really overhyped about it because it is going to be free to play. So I don't think it's going to be as super fantastic as we all think it's going to be. Like, we all think that it's going to be like, whoa, look at all the Pokemon, and we can travel and catch Pokemon. That's really cool, but I don't think that it's going to exactly live up to everyone's expectations, because we don't know really anything about it. We know that you can get a watch, and you can do it from that watch, too. We know that it's free to play, but we just don't know anything about it yet to get really excited about it. So, when that time comes, we'll get excited about it. But I'm excited for Pokemon altogether. All Pokemons, Sun and Moon. Which one am I going to get? Probably Moon. But since I'm playing Pokemon Red right now, that might have actually changed my mind. I don't know. I still have months to think about it. Months to decide. That's always the question. I generally always get the... I guess, like, not Diamond and Pearl. Diamond and Pearl, Diamond. Black and White, White. Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Soul Silver. Like, I always go with that, but it's weird. It's just weird. I love Pokemon. I hope that you are excited for Pokemon too, and if you're not, that's okay, because Pokemon. But share your first Pokemon experiences in the chat below, in the comment section, and yeah, I will happily read them. And I love Pokemon. It's just, man, they're so much fun. They're timeless. Like, plus nostalgia. Nostalgia helps with everything, because it makes everything better, and you can just blindly look at everything through nostalgia glasses. It's amazing. So, thank you for watching this episode of Ryan Rambles about Pokemon Spinous Special. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy more rambly episodes like this one, where I just ramble on about Pokemon and probably sound like a complete idiot because nothing I said made sense, but that's how I think. So, either way, I'm going to get back to playing some Pokemon. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.